In a small, quiet town surrounded by dense forests, 13-year-old Lily sat by her bedroom window, staring at the pale moonlight reflecting on her desk. It had been a year since her mother passed away, leaving a gaping hole in her life. Lily's father tried his best to fill the void, but he was always busy with work, and the house felt emptier than ever. One evening, unable to bear the loneliness, Lily pulled out her mother's favorite stationery, a cream-colored paper with delicate floral borders. She decided to write her mother a letter, pouring out all the thoughts she could never say aloud. "Dear Mom," she began, her hand trembling slightly, "I miss you every single day. I wish you were here to tell me everything will be okay. Sometimes I feel like you're still with me, watching over me. I hope you're happy wherever you are. Love, Lily." She folded the letter neatly and placed it in an envelope. Without much thought, she slid the letter into the small crack of the old oak tree in their backyard, a tree her mother had always loved. That night, Lily fell asleep feeling a tiny bit lighter, as if sharing her feelings had eased the burden on her heart. The next morning, something unusual happened. As she walked past the tree on her way to school, she noticed the letter she had placed there was gone. In its place was a new envelope, addressed to her. Curiosity surged through her veins as she picked it up. The handwriting on the envelope was unfamiliar yet comforting, almost like her mother's, but not quite. With trembling hands, she opened it. Inside was a single sheet of paper. The words sent a shiver down her spine. "Dear Lily, I hear you. Keep writing. Love, Mom." Lily's heart raced. Was someone playing a cruel joke? Or was something more mysterious at work? The first letter had opened a door Lily couldn't close, and she was determined to uncover who, or what, was writing back. Lily's hands shook as she read the letter over and over again. The words seemed impossible. Her mother couldn't have written it. Could she? Her logical mind said no, but deep in her heart, she felt an undeniable connection. That evening, she couldn't focus on her homework or even eat dinner. The letter stayed tucked in her pocket, a secret she couldn't share, not even with her father. As night fell, Lily found herself sitting by the old oak tree again, pen in hand. She wrote another letter. "Dear Mom, I don't understand how this is possible. Are you really there? Is this you? If it is, please tell me something only you would know. I miss you so much. Love, Lily." She placed the letter in the same crack in the tree and waited. The cool night breeze whispered through the branches, but nothing happened. Eventually, exhaustion pulled her back inside, and she fell into a restless sleep. The next morning, Lily rushed to the tree before the sun was fully up. Her breath caught in her throat when she saw another envelope, just like the first. Inside was another letter. "Dear Lily, remember the silver locket you lost at the beach? I told you it wasn't gone forever, and you found it in your shoe a week later. That's something only we would know, isn't it? Love, Mom." Lily's eyes filled with tears. She hadn't told anyone about the locket, not even her father. Only her mother could have known. Her heart pounded with a mix of awe and fear. But who or what was sending these letters? Over the next few days, Lily wrote more letters, each one filled with questions about her mother, their memories, and the mysterious way these responses were arriving. Each time, she received a reply, and the answers were always deeply personal, things only her mother could have known. The tree became her secret place, a sacred connection to her mother. Yet an uneasiness began to creep in. Strange things started happening around the house. Doors creaked open without reason, and faint whispers echoed in the night. One evening, Lily decided to confront the mystery head-on. She wrote a new letter. "Dear Mom, I need to know, how are you writing these letters? Are you really here, or is this something else? Please tell me the truth. I'm scared. Love, Lily. This time, she didn't sleep. She stayed by the window, watching the tree, waiting for any sign of movement. The hours stretched long and silent until, just before dawn, she saw it, a shadowy figure near the tree. Her heart thudded in her chest as she squinted through the glass. The figure didn't move like a person. It seemed to dissolve into the mist. By the time Lily mustered the courage to go outside, the figure was gone, but a new letter was waiting in the tree. Dear Lily, the truth is closer than you think. Follow the whispers and you'll find me. Love, Mom. Lily clutched the letter tightly, a mix of excitement and dread swirling inside her. She realized this mystery was far from over, and she was determined to uncover the truth, no matter where it led. The cryptic line in the latest letter, "Follow the whispers and you'll find me," echoed in Lily's mind as she stood by the old oak tree. She didn't know what frightened her more, the possibility of finding her mother or the uncertainty of what she might discover along the way. That night, after everyone in the house had gone to sleep, Lily armed herself with a flashlight and stepped into the backyard. The whispers she had been hearing faintly around the house grew louder as she approached the tree. They weren't voices exactly, but soft, indistinct murmurs, like the rustling of leaves in a storm. The whispers seemed to tug her toward the woods behind the house. Clutching her flashlight and a fresh letter addressed to her mother, Lily followed the sound, her heart pounding with every step. The forest was darker than she'd imagined, the trees forming a dense canopy overhead. Shadows flickered in the beam of her flashlight, and the whispers seemed to grow louder and more insistent, leading her deeper into the woods. Finally, she reached a small clearing bathed in pale moonlight. At the center stood a weathered bench, overgrown with moss, and beside it, a strange, glowing object protruding from the ground. As she approached, she realized it was an old metal box. With trembling hands, Lily pried the box from the earth. It was heavy and cold, with a rusted lock that surprisingly opened with ease. Inside were objects that took her breath away: her mother's journal, a collection of photographs, and a bundle of letters tied together with a faded blue ribbon. Atop the letters was one addressed to her. Her name was written in her mother's unmistakable handwriting. Dear Lily, if you're reading this, it means you've found the place where I kept all the memories I cherished most. These are pieces of me, of us, and I hope they bring you comfort. You may feel my presence, and maybe it's true. Love doesn't end, even when life does. Follow your heart, and you'll always find me. Love forever. Mom. Tears streamed down Lily's face as she clutched the letter. The whispers around her softened, almost as if they were saying goodbye. In that moment she understood. The letters from the tree hadn't been a ghostly presence, but perhaps something more, a manifestation of her own longing, or maybe even her mother's love reaching out from beyond. When Lily returned home, she placed the journal and letters by her bedside. Over the following weeks, she read through every page, rediscovering her mother through her words and memories. The oak tree became a place of solace, not because of the mystery it held, but because of the connection it represented. Whenever Lily felt lost, she would sit beneath its branches, write to her mother, and feel as if she was still listening. The whispers never returned, but Lily didn't need them anymore. She had found her mother's love, and it would always be with her.